Welcome to the D&J Seeds 2021 Winter Agronomy Update number 6. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner, it's already March 1st. So we're going to shift gears a little bit and not focus so much on agronomy today, but have more of a call to action to start getting the planting plans and field plans in place. I would expect a call from me in the next week or two to set up some times to get together to get started on these different plans. Spring is coming really fast as I look at the long-term and near-term forecasts. For above average temperatures, I think things are going to dry off here. The yards are going to get dry. The snow is going to melt, and people are going to want to get to doing jobs outside and maybe working on equipment for spring. So I think the next 2 weeks are a great time to get together to finalize some of these plans and just review everything to make sure everyone has a confident plan and really make sure that plan can adapt to changes in case Mother Nature throws us any curveballs this spring. So why make a field plan? So when I look at, what's a field plan versus a planting plan, a field plan to me kind of encompasses everything you need to do to grow a crop, whether that's seed, chemical, fertilizer, and equipment. And it really allows you to set some realistic goals field by field, whether that be, yield specifically, or other goals, whether it's, how you want to plant, harvest, spray, things like that, or crop rotation. So the field plan kind of more encompasses the whole growing season, where turning that field plan into a planting plan is what we do to make sure you have a seed product placed on that farm to be successful. So what should you consider for seed product placement? First and foremost, you really need to have a solid understanding of product strengths and weaknesses. Now, I wouldn't expect everyone to have every score in the Pioneer Seed catalog memorized. That's kind of my job and where I come in to help out there. But really having a baseline understanding of product strengths and weaknesses, or at least a place where you can look it up, is really critical to product placement. Knowing your crop rotation, specifically if it's corn on corn or corn on beans, 50-50 rotation. Disease pressure, as we look at soybeans, are we going into fields with high instances of white mold or SDS, or is there iron deficiency in those fields that correlate with the soil type? Certain management practices, is it a no-till field? Is it moldboard plowed? What's going on with that field? And then other unique considerations, is it, sometimes is it a field you like to harvest last, or a field that you want to harvest first to get to catch a premium in an elevator somewhere? Those are all things we want to take into consideration when making a seed product placement plan. So here I'm just going to kind of walk you through some snapshots of Corteva Field. So this is the main tool I use for creating planting plans for everyone. Basically what we need is kind of your farm and field names and the boundaries. So once we have the boundaries, we can get those total acres figured out and the crop rotation, and we can start putting together a really solid plan. This is just kind of the next step in the plan. You'll see this field. This is just the field surrounding our office here. It's 142.7 acres. The product we have planned for this farm is P0507Q Chrome. So this farm will actually end up getting variable rated, but I put a estimated 34,500 for a seeding rate in there, and a projected planting date of April 21st. So what's nice about that is that gives us our total units, so we can know what to expect going into spring. And I also did fill in a realistic yield goal. So this is just the next step along the process, and you can see P0507Q has been saved on the field map. So we'll know as we generate reports, or if we want to look something up through the Pioneer Seeds app, that it'll show up as P0507 for the plan product. This is just a snap of a PDF report that we can generate. So after we go through and do field plans, this is one of the reports we pull up. Some of you are familiar with this, some of you have probably never seen it before, but these generate really nice reports that we can put into a binder, put a nice laminated cover on it so you can keep it in the tractor cab or in the pickup that delivers seed. I really like these books because you can write on them and make some notes. You'll also get the plan product put in there, and then where you can write in some actual information like your planting date, if you had to go to a plan B product, record the planting conditions. Also, some guys like to take them and carry them over into their sprayer and into their combine, so in the sprayer they can make notes on herbicide timing and different applications, and that way if in the fall they want to look things up as they're combining or see something that's not quite right, they have a nice record of it. How can I view my planting plan? So what I talked about there, those planting plans are ones I put together through Corteva Fields, which is our in-house software that's really quick and easy to get a plan put together. So there's really 3 ways that you can view those plans. I'm more than willing to print those PDF report books like the one I just showed you that would have all your fields in that book. We'll put it in a nice binder so you can keep it throughout the year. Otherwise, once those products are assigned in Corteva Fields, they will carry over into the Pioneer Seeds app. So any with smartphones if you want to just carry your planting plan in your phone, you can download the Pioneer Seeds app and get that information through the app. The nice thing about the app is it does record, you can look up GDUs and rainfall, and does have the yield estimation device if you want to use that later in the year. Or actually what's one of the more popular ways and to do it, just because it's really simple, is I'll put together a 1-page printout that has a field name, the plant hybrid or variety, and the number of units, and you can kind of keep that 1-page sheet of paper. I can either laminate it, or you could just have it just bare paper and keep it in the cab. It's really simple. It's not as detailed, but sometimes simple is better. Just a couple things before I end it today. We can absolutely add competitor products to your planting plan and have them in the report books or in Corteva Fields if you choose to put them in there. That is not a problem. I know not everyone is a 100% Pioneer customer, so you don't want to have two different planting plans, one for Pioneer and one for another company. So if you want to put those all in one, we can certainly place those products and get you a nice report so you got something to work off of. Secondly, I know a lot of people have already kind of put these together preliminary. Some do it in the fall after harvest, so they have already got a plan put in place. If that's the case, great. But I think now is a really good time to review that, go through it, make sure everything's kind of fine-tuned and ready to go for spring. So with that, I'll kind of end it for the day. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.